This video is on basic planning advice for those who are going to the Jungfrau region. So that's Lauterbrunnen, that's Grindelwald, that's Interlaken, and everything in between. I'm gonna save you money on flights. I'm gonna save you money on travel within Switzerland. I'm gonna help you find the best spot to book your stay. And I'll tell you why I think Lauterbrunnen is a little overrated. Okay, so first off, where to stay. The Jungfrau region is right here in Switzerland. It's a very big area and there's lots to see. So where's the best spot to book your stay? Most people are gonna tell you Interlaken because that's like the main hub. This is where all the touristy downtowns are with expensive shops that sell Swiss watches and chocolatiers and clothing stores. And it's a beautiful little town between two lakes and there's like horse carriage rides, all that stuff. I would advise against that. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're going to Switzerland for. If you just want to walk around and shop and take overpriced carriage rides, then this is the spot for you. But if you're going there for adventure, for hiking, for skiing, for whatever else you want to do, there's a lot more fun to be had closer towards these mountains back here. So in Lauterbrunnen or Grindelwald. In fact, if I were to do this trip again, I would book my stay in Grindelwald. I love this place. It doesn't feel like the urban downtown so much as it just feels like this tiny little Swiss village. It's very picturesque. It's at the base of the massive Eiger Mountains, which is awe-inspiring. And in the winter, you can ski right into your Airbnb from the slopes. And in the summer, you're at the base of some of the best mountains in the country. And for days when you want to actually go to Interlaken, it's a 20-minute train ride from Grindelwald. And if you want to go to Lauterbrunnen, it's also 20 minutes. You just have to switch trains partway through. And this is cool. You could actually skip the whole taking a train around to Lauterbrunnen thing, and you could do this. You could take a cable car up to the mountains in between Lauterbrunnen and Grindelwald, and it's called Mannlichen. It's very high up, and it's beautiful. It's very cool. And then you look down onto Lauterbrunnen, and then you take a cable car down to Wengen right here, which is where I got this shot. Okay, again, looking down into Lauterbrunnen, and then you can just continue down to Lauterbrunnen from there, and then go back the same way. It's a bit more of an adventurous way than just sitting on public transit, and you get to see a couple cool Swiss towns on the way. Honestly, there's so many options and things to do in and around Grindelwald. I really think that this should be like your hub of where to stay. I don't think you're gonna regret it. There are hikes and other adventures you could have, like the zip lines up Grindelwald First, and then closer down towards these mountains down here, there's lots of mountain huts and lots of really cool hikes you can do. All right, let's get to the saving you money section of this video, okay? We're gonna go over flights and travel passes, but first let me yammer on about food for a second. Everything in Switzerland is expensive, and not just because the exchange rate, like the actual like face value is more money. Like I think where I'm from, like a Big Mac combo is like 18 bucks or something like that. I think in Switzerland, I paid 25 Swiss francs or more. And then if you do convert that to my shitty Canadian currency, I was paying $40 for a meal at McDonald's, which is crazy to me. And that does not include ketchup, by the way. Ketchup is not included. They charge you per packet, and if you're a fiend like me, that adds up quickly. I think it was $1 per packet. Crazy. You're going to find at most restaurants and mountain huts, if you order some food, you're going to be probably spending about 40 Swiss francs per meal. So that's going to add up if you're eating out 3 times a day. So you might say, hey, I'll go to the grocery store. Very expensive there as well. Everything is incredibly expensive, except 2 things, oddly enough. Beer and chocolate, okay? You want to save money? Beer was very affordable in Switzerland. In fact, in Wilderswil, right here, there's this brewery called Rugenbrau, great brewery. If you go into their brewery headquarters, they have all these fridges filled with bottles of beer, and they're like 2 to 3 Swiss francs per beer when I was there. Like that's, even after converting that to my currency, that's a great value for a beer. Like, I don't know why it's so cheap. And then obviously Switzerland's known for chocolate. At the grocery stores, they'll have all sorts of chocolate bars at the checkout. They're all relatively affordable, and I'm no chocolate connoisseur, but I'm told they're very good quality as well. Okay, so travel passes. Once again, Grindelwald, Lauterbrunnen, Interlaken, they're located right here in the Jungfrau region, and the Jungfrau region is located within something called the Bernese Oberland. So the country actually offers you a Bernese Oberland travel pass that they will give you for half the price. Here's how it works, okay? So an 8-day pass is 395 Swiss francs. So if you look here, it's going to cover everything on this map that is a solid line: trains, buses, and mountain cars. And you can ride them as much as you want. So instead of paying to go up a mountain car and then paying to come down, which can sometimes be close to 100 USD every day that you're doing that, it's included. And you can do it as many times as you want in the same day. You don't have to worry about that. This is very important because, like, if you're staying in Interlaken and then you want to go to Grindelwald 3 days this week, and then you want to go to Lauterbrunnen another day, and then you want to go to here, there, or anywhere else, every single day you're paying for train tickets there and back. You're spending hundreds of dollars, and we're not even including the cable cars to go up the mountains yet. Now, I mentioned that they'll give it to you half off. So here's how it works. In Switzerland, if you buy a half fare card, you get half off on all travel purchases, pretty much. That includes the Bernese Oberland Pass. So they'll give you half the price of the Bernese Oberland Pass if you first buy the half fare card, because you're not gonna fly into Interlaken. It's Zurich or Geneva for you, my friend, and then you gotta train across the country to get there. So you'll save half the fare on all those train tickets to get to Interlaken as well. So the savings just keep adding up. So look here, this is what I did here. So my cheapest flight was to Geneva, so I flew into Geneva, and if you look at the Bernese Oberland Pass, the free travel starts at, I think it's pronounced Montreux, I could be wrong. So all I had to do was buy a half-price ticket from Geneva to Montreux. And then after that, you don't need to buy more tickets. You just show your Bernese Oberland Pass and go grab a seat. That's it. And half the time, they don't even ask you for the pass. So traveling in Switzerland is so incredibly easy. Get the pass, get the half-fare card. You're gonna save yourself a ton of money. Okay, so figuring out where to go. So it's a new country. Most things are in German, although they do have some English as well. But train stations can be confusing. How do you know where to go? I love Switzerland. It just runs so much better than my country. Holy cannoli. So you're gonna go to SBB, the website, or the mobile app, SBB Mobile. And there you can buy all your tickets or see all the train times. And it's actually gonna draw on a map for you where to go in the train station, or even from, but if you're going, hey, I'm at the bus stop, I gotta go to the train station, it'll draw on the map where you're going. In my country, any website run by the government, it looks like it's from 1998 and it doesn't function well. This website's great. So let's say you type in Zurich Airport to Interlaken Ost, which means east. It's gonna give you these options, and then you select one, and you can see you gotta make a transfer in Bern. Well, I've never been to this train station. Where do I go? If you click the map here, it'll just tell you exactly, okay, you're gonna get off on platform 3, go down the stairs, then go up these stairs, and you're at platform 7. Easy peasy, right there. And like I said, if you're getting off at the bus stop somewhere and you got to get to the train station, it'll just show you where to walk. It's very convenient. Okay, flights. This is the big one because they're also very expensive. Everything's expensive these days. You're either gonna fly into Geneva or to Zurich. Doesn't matter. What matters more is what time you're flying, okay? I think this might be the greatest piece of advice I can give on going to Switzerland. Go in September. Holy cannoli. So I noticed when I was booking my tickets that they all dropped by about $500 after September 15th. Now the problem was all the blogs and stuff told me that September, it starts to feel more like fall, you might get more rain, you might get more clouds. That was not my experience at all. I was worried going in the second half of the month, but honestly, I had 14 days, one of them had rain. It was like 70 degrees every day. It was nice. It was perfect hiking weather. It's pretty much summer temperatures, just slightly cooler, which is nice because you're exercising every day. Likely, if you're somewhere like Switzerland in the Alps. Going after September 15th, it also gave me the opportunity to book a lot of Airbnbs that would already be booked and more expensive during peak season. It's funny because like you're off peak season, but the quality of the weather and everything else is just as good. The quality of your trip does not drop really after September 15th, but the prices do. Okay, last little piece of advice here is I think Lauterbrunnen's overrated. So this is the town you've seen on Google Images and on videos, and you're like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And it is gorgeous. However, just in terms of things to do, there's not a ton in Lauterbrunnen. You're gonna walk down like the main strip, which is touristy, and you're gonna look up at the waterfall. You can rent a bike and do the same thing on a bike. And there's like 2 little hikes you can do where you'll see waterfalls, and you should do them. Like it's nice, but it's a day trip, you know? So I went over one of the hikes, the subterranean waterfall, in my video on the best hikes in Switzerland. It was a cool thing. It's not strenuous, and you're kind of like inside a mountain, so it's like really cool. But again, like this is why I wouldn't recommend staying here. There's not a ton to do in Lauterbrunnen. It's a one-day trip, whereas I think in Grindelwald, I mean, you could spend your whole time there. There's so much to do. Yeah. Anyway, those are my tips. If you want more information on traveling Switzerland or Lauterbrunnen, I got more videos on this channel. Thanks for watching.